You could leave life right now, as Marcus Aurelius reminds us. Let that realization guide what you do, say, and think. Life is fleeting. So why not live every moment as if it were your last? If you knew you had just a week left to live, would you keep putting things off? Would you let small frustrations consume your mind? Or would you finally do the things you've been meaning to? Call that friend, start that project, show up fully in your own life. Marcus Aurelius. Since the first time I read Meditations, Marcus Aurelius has had a profound impact on my life. His words have changed millions of lives over the past 2,000 years. I'm Nexusmindx. Here, we explore the timeless teachings of Stoicism and how ancient wisdom can inspire forward-thinking solutions for a balanced and resilient life. I want to share some of my favorite lessons from Marcus Aurelius, the great philosopher king. If you want to discover the timeless principles that shaped his life, this video is for you. One of my favorite stories about Marcus Aurelius takes place during the Antonine Plague, a deadly pandemic that devastated Rome's economy and left people hopeless. So, what does Marcus do? He walks through the imperial palace, marking items for sale. For 2 months, he sells the emperor's jewels, robes, couches, every luxury he doesn't need. He sends a powerful message. I'm not above my people. I don't need extravagance when people are suffering. Think about this in a modern context. Imagine a CEO cutting their own salary to keep employees on the payroll during a crisis, or a celebrity auctioning off personal possessions to fund relief efforts. Marcus didn't just rule, he led by example. What if we all applied this lesson? What luxuries in your life could you let go of to help someone else? What unnecessary things are you holding on to while others struggle? You are not stuck, even if it feels that way. The Stoics teach us while one path may be blocked, another always remains open. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Think about the last time you hit a setback. Maybe you lost a job, had a relationship end, or got rejected from something you really wanted. At first, it stung. But later, didn't that situation push you in a new direction? Maybe you found an even better job, a relationship that fit you better, or a path you wouldn't have explored otherwise. Obstacles? They're just detours in the right direction. We all know what we should do. The hard part is doing it. Marcus Aurelius says, you could be good today. Instead, you choose tomorrow. We delay. We say we'll start the diet, write the book, clean the house tomorrow. But think about this. If action were about information alone, we'd all be fit, wealthy, and successful. Everyone knows how to eat healthy. Everyone knows that writing every day will produce a book. But knowing is not the same as doing. Here's a simple way to apply this. Instead of saying, I'll do it tomorrow, break it down. Want to exercise? Start with just 5 minutes today. Want to write a book? Write a single paragraph. The first step is always the hardest, but once you start, momentum builds. No one can stop you from taking that first step except yourself. We often think our stress and anxiety come from external circumstances, but the truth is, they come from within. During the pandemic, I had fewer obligations, no flights, no meetings, no packed schedule. You'd think my anxiety would vanish, but it didn't. That's when I realized it wasn't my schedule causing stress, it was me. Marcus Aurelius understood this deeply. In Meditations he writes, I escaped anxiety. No, I discarded it. He realized that peace isn't found by changing circumstances, but by changing how we think about them. Next time you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself, is it the situation or is it my response to it? Marcus Aurelius had an incredible morning routine. He woke up early, not because he wanted to, but because he knew it was necessary. He asked himself, were you made to lie in bed and stay warm, or to do the work of a human being? He journaled his thoughts, which became meditations. Then he tackled his most important task, giving it his full attention as if it were his last act on earth. He understood that well begun is half done. What does your morning look like? Do you start the day with purpose, or do you scroll your phone aimlessly? A simple change, like setting a clear morning routine, can reshape your entire life. Marcus Aurelius wasn't always fond of people. If you read Meditations, you'll notice he starts by acknowledging how frustrating others can be. But here's the twist. He doesn't see people as just obstacles. He sees them as opportunities. If someone is rude, it's a chance to practice patience. If someone is selfish, it's a chance to be generous. Instead of resenting people, what if you use them as a way to grow? We're all busy, but how much of what we do actually matters? Marcus Aurelius urges us to ask ourselves, is this essential? Most of what we do isn't. Think about your day. How much time do you spend on distractions, social media, worrying about things outside your control? Obligations that don't serve you. By cutting out the unnecessary, you make space for what truly matters. Here are 3 final lessons from Stoicism that you can start applying today. 1. Namo fati. This didn't happen to you, it happened for you. Embrace it. A fire turns everything into fuel. That's amor fati. 2. Live for others. Marcus Aurelius says, the fruit of this life is good character and acts for the common good. How are you making the world better? 3. Memento mori. You could leave life right now. Let that shape what you do, say, and think. Don't waste time on things that don't matter. Thanks for watching. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's your favorite Stoic strategy, and how have you incorporated it into your daily life? Endeavor to subscribe, comment, share, and like. And if you want more personal development tips and strategies, be sure to check out my other videos for more inspiration and guidance.